Hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys still remember me. I'm Shikhar, your MBA buddy. It's been almost 5 to 6 months that I put out my last video. And a lot happened during this time. I changed city, I also started working on my startup. But one thing that didn't stop was your comments, your questions on my YouTube comment section and in my LinkedIn DMs. So thank you for showing trust in me. I hope I was able to help at least a few of you. Also, I have an announcement to make. So you can expect me to cover much more than GMAT and MBA from now on. You can expect me to cover exams such as GRE, IELTS, SAT, ACT, TOEFL, and study abroad life in general. So if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing the channel because lots more is planned ahead. For this video also, I've curated the questions that you have asked me over time. So I'll be reading out the questions and trying to answer those. So let's begin. So the first question is from Aditi. She is asking, I have done my post-graduation from Mumbai University and graduation from Pune University. So do I need to apply for a transcript differently? This is an easy one. Yes, Aditi, you will have to apply for transcripts differently because you will have 2 degrees in your application. So as many degrees as you mention in your application, those many transcripts you will have to submit. I hope it answers your question. So the second question is from Sakshi. She is asking, so which book should we prefer to start the quants concepts from scratch? So Sakshi, there are a lot of great materials out there. For example, Veritas, PowerScore, Manhattan, or from any other test prep company. I personally followed Manhattan and found them to be sufficient. They had all the concepts that might be asked on GMAT. But I made sure that once I am able to solve 600, 650 plus questions, I move on to the more challenging set to be able to solve 770, 750 plus questions. And to find those questions, you can always refer to GMAT Club. It's a great portal where you find a lot of great resources that actually bump up your preparation. So do check that out and all the best for your preparation. So the third question is from Erica. She is asking, can you please make a video giving details on how you can register for the GMAT and which months is the exam available to give? So Erica, GMAT is available all throughout the year. You just have to go and register yourself with mba.com. Once you have decided that you want to appear for the exam, you have to mention your city, the desired date of the exam, and the preferred time slot. If there is a test center nearby you which is offering the slot, then you can go ahead and book the exam by paying the fees. So not much hassle over there. Just one point to note here is that you should not wait till the end to book your exam. For example, if you are done with your preparation this week and you want to book the slot for the early next week, there are chances that you will not get your desired time slot. So you should plan well ahead of your time. At least have 15-20 days of window before you book your exam. This will help you to get your desired time slot and date. Time slot is much more important than the date because the time slot should match your biological clock. If you are a morning person and you get an afternoon slot, then chances are there that it will have some impact on your GMAT score. So it's best that you choose a time slot that matches your biological clock. I hope it answers your question and all the best for your GMAT exam. So the fourth question is from Hema. She is asking, do I need to take coachings for GMAT or just books are enough for my preparation? So Hema, this is a very subjective question because it depends where you are at your preparation. I'm assuming that you are just starting out. So if you're just starting out, I would suggest that spend some time alone with the GMAT exam. Try to understand the syllabus, the pattern, the kind of questions asked, and even solve a few questions yourself. This will give you a fair amount of idea whether you will require coaching or you will be able to ace the exam on your own. There are people who have aced the exam on their own, and there are people who have improved a lot with coaching. So if you think that you will require coaching, then it is best to get it at earliest. This will not only save you efforts, but also save you valuable time. So again, all the best for your preparation. I hope I was able to answer your question. So Arvind is asking me, please tell whether all 3 OGs are required, main OG, verbal OG, quant OG, or only main OG is sufficient. Do reply please. So Arvind, this is a kind of a funny question because a lot of people complain that there are not enough good quality resources to prepare for GMAT. And here you are asking me whether OGs are important or not. So a straightforward answer to this question is that yes, all the three OGs are important and one should solve all the questions from these OGs irrespective of what one feels about his or her preparation. In fact, one should also not shy away from solving the OGs multiple times. So do not take the OGs lightly, understand their importance, and you will be good for the exam. All the best. So Viking is asking me, thanks man, quite informative. Can we send our unofficial scores to the universities right after the exam, or do we need to wait for the official report? Viking, great question. So you can use the scores that you get on your test day, provided you accepted those scores. You can go ahead and mention those scores in your application form, no problem in that. As far as sending is concerned, you cannot send your unofficial score reports to any university because they will not accept that. So you will have to wait for your official report to come out, and once it's out, you can navigate to mba.com portal, and from there you can send the official score reports to your desired university. That's the right approach. But I get your question. Let's take a hypothetical situation. So if you are applying to round 1 and your exam is scheduled just days before your round 1 deadline, then in that case, what do? First, you reach out to the admissions committee and explain your situation as is. In most cases, they will ask you to go ahead and fill your application, irrespective whether you have your GMAT scores or not. But they will give you a window in which you have to submit your GMAT scores as well as official score reports. If you are able to do that, they will consider you for that particular round. If not, your application will be moved on to the subsequent rounds. So if you have any queries or any genuine situation that you want solution for, you should definitely reach out to the admissions committee of your desired schools, because they are very appreciative of students taking initiative of reaching out to them and seeking some help. A help that is not available on their websites or which is not very obvious. So do that, it will help you earn extra brownie points with the admissions committee. All the best with your applications. So Dhanashri is asking me, can you make a video on AWA? Any ideas, ways to do it in a better way? So Dhanashri, this is a long pending topic from my end and I have to make a video on AWA. Thanks for reminding, I'll do it soon. But if I have to answer it here, I would say that AWA section is an extended version of critical reasoning section. The drill is same on both these sections. You have to critically assess the arguments made by the author to reach a certain conclusion. Either you accept those arguments and agree with the author, or you find assumptions in those arguments and disagree with the author. But the drill is same. You have to critically assess the author's argument. Apart from that, there should be no spelling mistake, no grammatical mistakes. The sentence formation should be crisp and clear, and there should be a logical flow to your answer. So you can start with an introduction paragraph, then you can use 2 to 3 paragraphs to explain your arguments, and you can have a concluding paragraph to take a particular stand. That's the best way to go about AWA section, but I'll make a detailed video on that. Thanks for asking this question. So Samidha is asking me, hi Shikhar, any particular reasons why you did not join ISB, or did you get a deferred admission? So Samidha, I chose to join Tepper School of Business and I deferred that to 2022 because of the current pandemic and other personal reasons. But it is a very interesting question because there are a lot of parameters that goes into selecting the right B school. For example, one can consider geography, the industry that one wants to work in, the ranking of the school, the cultural fit, plus hundreds of other parameters if one wants to consider. So it would be unfair if I try to cover all those parameters and give you a gist of that answer in this video, because it will take a lot more time. So I'll be making a detailed video on that soon, but it is a very interesting question. Thanks for asking that. So we have reached the end of this video, guys. I want to close this video on this small message that stay safe and be kind to one another. These are tough times, but this shall too pass. I hope you stay strong and meet you in my next.